Distribution blower fan troubleshooting. Today, on Pellet Tech Talk. Please be aware of potential sharp edges. The fan portion of the room blower has sharp exposed metal edges that can cut skin. It is advised to use protective, mechanic gloves while troubleshooting this component. The distribution fan, or room blower, is designed to engage once the pellet stove goes into heating mode, to distribute the internal heat out into the room. This fan quietly creates a convection circuit by drawing in the lower, cooler air around the stove, bringing it up through the heat exchanger, and then pushing it out into the room. When everything is working properly, you should be able to feel the air blowing out of the front vent, from about 3 feet away. As the internal temperature rises, this distance may increase. This room blower consists of 3 different parts: the electric motor, the cylindrical fan, and the mounting bracket. The motor attaches to the mounting bracket by 4 metal tabs that twist lock into place. The cylindrical, or squirrel cage fan, is only held in place by posts that push into rubber grommets on either side. One grommet is attached to the bracket and houses an internal bearing sleeve. The post on the side of the fan simply sits inside this bearing sleeve. The other grommet is attached to the fan. The post on the motor pushes into the rubber snugly. That is what bites onto the motor post and causes the fan to spin with the motor. The mounting bracket is simply attached to the stove chassis by 4 Allen screws. The first step in troubleshooting is to manually check if the fan freely spins. Flicking the fan in either direction should have very little resistance, and it should continue to spin for a moment, just like a skate wheel. If the fan feels stuck, or has resistance, it usually indicates that the fan is not centered between the 2 grommets, or that some debris is caught on the edges of the fan blades. Most of the time, this can be manually worked out by rotating the fan in both directions, and moving the fan assembly side to side between the grommets to allow the trapped material to fall free. Once the fan blades freely spin, try manually engaging it within the Diagnostics menu. From the home screen, press and hold the Enter button until the Set Data menu appears. Scroll down to Option 6, Diagnosis, and press Enter. Note, the stove must be off, and say Stop, or it will not allow you to access this menu. Now press Enter until the cursor arrow points to Blow. Now press Up. This will put a shaded bubble next to it, and should engage the fan. If the fan starts and stops and fits, or gets stuck again, simply repeat the process of trying to rotate the fan blades manually, and nudging the cylinder side to side with a screwdriver. If the fan freely spins, but will not engage when the shaded bubble is present, it may indicate that the electric motor is damaged or malfunctioning. Verify that the wires are connected to the motor, and not loose or damaged. In the event that the motor went bad and needs to be replaced, the process may differ by the stove model that you have. For the HP22, HP22N, HP22i, and HP21, you can remove and replace just the electric motor if desired. But for all other models, the bracket assembly interferes with being able to remove the motor. And so the entire bracket and fan assembly would need to be replaced. For replacement, on the models listed previously, twist the motor downward to release the mounting tabs. Look for the ridges in the plate and the large slot behind it. Twist in the direction of the slotted opening. Once the tabs are released, pull the motor away from the fan blades. There will be significant resistance, as the rubber is holding onto the motor post. But with enough force, it will pull free. To put the new motor in place, simply reverse this process. Push the motor post into the rubber grommet on the fan. It will take significant pressure to push it all the way in so that the tabs clear the slots. Then twist the motor up to lock into place. Once reconnected, make sure that the fan is centered in the bracket, and freely spins again when flicked. Now, test the fan again using the Diagnostics menu. And that's it. You're all set. Thanks for watching. Until next time. On Pellet Tech Talk.